Hello, y'all, and welcome back to the In the Blind podcast. Today we are here with two of our incredibly good friends, Mr. Jonathan Singleton and Stevie Monce.
What's happening?
Thank y'all for coming on.
Oh, man, thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to In the Blind.
It's great, man. This is a cool setup.
It's very cool.
We were talking, and we've all spent a lot of time over here in previous lives.
Tucked back here, actually.
Yeah, in this little
Yeah,
section.
getting away from everybody, yeah.
I was sitting over there the other day and had deja vu, and I remember being passed out at a table, literally right there, waiting on Emily next door to get off work.
The first time you had that memory?
Yeah, I do.
You're like, oh, that's what happened that night.
It was usually Emily reminding me what happened the night before, and then coming in here and be like, I had to drag you out of Losers again last night. Like, you know, par for the course. She worked here for a long time, so
Yeah.
made sense.
And we're back.
And we're back. What's been going on with you guys?
Man, same old stuff over and over. Me and Stevie been hanging out down in Florida some.
We've been
Yeah, he was
beaching a
telling me
lot.
about it. We played a festival a couple weekends ago up in Minnesota.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You know, we used to play hundreds of shows together every year. And
Yeah, we did.
It's been a minute. You moved down to Panama City, Florida, and
I became a beach bum, man.
Became a beach bum.
It's awesome,
5
man.
years or so.
living the dream. I watch all your social media, and I'm jealous every single day.
I know, right?
Yeah, me too.
And you got a
Right.
house down there also?
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah.
They're working on it.
Yeah.
We'll work it out. We were there all of July this year, and I think it was probably March, spring break or something. And I
Yeah.
knew Stevie was down there. We go down there a lot in that kind of Laguna Beach area, and I think I saw you were going to a gig or something like that. And I was walking down the road or something.
You were on a golf cart. I
was
saw
on a
you on a
golf
golf cart. I was riding down Front Beach, and I was like, that looks like Jonathan Singleton. Like, what in the world? And I was like, this may be weird, but I'm going to follow this guy. And he pulls into this house that they were staying at. I was like, that's definitely Jonathan. I was like, yo. And then we started catching up after that.
Yeah. Well, that was a couple of years ago, but I think spring break this year we were sitting on the beach.
Spring break.
Maybe last year or something like that. You know, Stevie's been down there doing that forever, man. I mean, from 30A all the way across and all that stuff. I was like, you know how you know what you're listening to when you're sitting on the beach. We're like, yeah, why don't we do something like this? It'd be fun. It just seems like so much fun. And man, Stevie's such a great dude. So grateful at it and works hard and always has, dude. Everybody
Yeah.
knows that. You know what I mean?
You've always
Got
worked really
to.
hard.
So it's been fun, man. We got a couple of little things in
cool.
and goofing off but it ends up being something. You
Yeah.
know, it's fun.
It's great when he's down there. We'll schedule meetings and like, okay, so you want to go have a beer or go have lunch, and it always ends up meeting at the beach.
Yeah.
And we'll just sit there and we'll talk and plan and figure the next step out, just sitting on the beach, and
That's so
really
fun.
cool.
it's great. It's my kind of
That's
workspace.
a dream meeting
Yeah,
spot right
Yeah.
there.
Absolutely.
On the water.
yeah,
Sand between your toes. Can't beat that.
yeah.
We bought a little bitty house. We ended up moving that thing back. So the plan is, and me and my wife's plan has always been to end up on the beach somewhere, and also have a place here that you can come deer hunt. We're still working that out, that dream out. But we're thinking about just making that a little studio in the back of that.
Yeah.
It's a little like 600 square foot house, and so you
Cool
go in there and
house.
get stuff
That'd be
done.
awesome.
It'd be so easy to get people to go
I
down
love
to
it.
Florida, and especially where we are. There's like not much happening
Yeah.
out there. It's pretty quiet. And we kind of know everybody in that area now, so I don't know if we're
What's the actual town that y'all are
relocating. It's
in?
Panama City,
Panama
but it's like
City?
West Panama City.
Okay.
Like there's Laguna Beach, Sunnyside. I think there's quite a few people down there now
Yeah.
in that area, and that's how we ended up down
Gotcha.
there through a friend of Riley Green's.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I'm down there, I'm like, gosh, why don't I come down here more? It's so gorgeous.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
beautiful,
just the atmosphere is
Yeah.
so relaxed. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like most beach towns in the U.S., in my opinion. I mean,
Right.
that
Yeah.
area in particular is just so gorgeous. And
Southwest
I'd love to be
flies
there
there if you need
Southwest
to.
flies
Yeah.
there, 15 minutes from.
but
the
then again,
thing,
Steven's from
yeah.
Clearwater, so he grew up in one of like the prettiest beaches on the
Oh
planet.
yeah, Clearwater
so-
is beautiful, man.
Man, I went down yesterday to film a little social media video thing, and I was like, the water's probably not going to be great because it was storming the last couple of days, and I get down there and I was just like, I just stood there for a second. I was like, oh my God, this place
It
is
was.
gorgeous.
I saw
man.
that. It was beautiful, man.
Man, it was perfect.
Gulf of
yesterday.
America, man, can't
Gulf
beat
of
it.
America. Yeah, I want a T-shirt. My wife won't let me get one, so I'm just working on it. Cut the sleeves off that Gulf of America shirt. You'd be in business.
Get
man.
the hat, get your American flag board
love
shorts, and then
Right.
a Gulf of America shirt. You know,
That little version of, that's what, 3 miles from Rosemary Beach, Inlet Beach, and all
Yeah.
stuff like that. But that little section right there is something special about it.
Yeah.
For a certain kind of dudes, like you're never the drunkest dude on the
Right.
beach at Panama City.
Right.
You can you can get away with a lot right there. That's what I love about it.
That's cool. Did y'all ever work together before, or like earlier on in your
We
career?
did, yeah.
Yeah, we did TNEP was what it's called.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And it's a great story actually. So I was kind of like, I'd always looked up to Jonathan as a songwriter and musician and everything. I think most people in this town do. And but he had a little studio in the back of our house that we were renting. And I was like, man, I love to like do some music with Jonathan, but like it's kind of hard to do. He's a busy dude. And so I finally got up the courage to like mention it, and he goes, man, I'll tell you what. There's this hunting outfit that Casey won't let me spend money on. How about you get that and we'll figure it out? That was the
What we
payment.
traded for.
That was the payment for the
an
for the
EP.
Well, it was
for
like
recording the
an
record.
actual outfit, like clothing.
It was the oh man, what's that name brand? I can't even think of it now. But it was like crazy expensive, like camo thing.
Sitka or something like
It
that.
was Sitka.
Yeah.
It was the first version
Yeah.
of Sitka.
I still have one of
Yeah.
those. It's like one of the best jackets they ever made.
Yeah, oh, it's great. I still got it.
Yeah.
I can't wear it anymore. I still got it. But yeah, it was like the inner stuff and the outer stuff.
Yeah.
We did, how many songs did we do? It was like 5 or 6.
Five,
or something like that. Yeah. Because I was doing, we lived in East Nashville at that time. We were there for 7 or 8 years. We were on 14th, and then I had that first version of that studio that was in the basement that y'all probably came to.
Yeah. Well, we lived in between 14th and 16th on
Oh, okay.
Benjamin
Yeah, that's
Street.
right.
So I
Yes,
remember
yeah,
back
yeah.
then we came by a couple times.
And then Tyler and Stevie lived upstairs, right?
Just Tyler. Just Tyler.
Was that just Tyler?
Yeah.
And then when we moved over, and then Tyler being, the kind of dude he is, that house was pretty ragged when we moved in there. And then that dude, I had the studio in the basement, Tyler was upstairs, but Tyler had it all. He like fixed it up,
Yeah.
because he was having, he's doing his thing
Right.
back then, everybody was doing. And that guy, the air conditioner went out one day, and that guy comes by, and he's like walking around the house. Like, holy shit, man, that's really nice. And he sold it like 2 months later.
Really?
He put it on the market. So anyway, we moved over to 17th, and they had the front of the house, and I had a place in the back. We're a
cool.
bunch of songs over there. It had to be 3 or 4 years we did that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we did that thing there. That had to be 13, 14 years ago. Something
Yeah.
like that.
That's the house we got kicked out of for you guys doing a music video there.
Oh, okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
Which one?
On
Whiskey
17th?
on my breath. Or
Oh,
we shot it
yeah.
there, and
You got kicked out of it because we filmed the video there? Or was
yeah,
that
because
their-
you like sent her a video, or him,
Tyler
whoever it
sent-
was, or
Tyler
Tyler
sent
did
a
like,
video.
hey, isn't this cool? Look what we did at your house,
And
and
she
they were
flipped.
pissed.
Yeah. She was like,
I don't remember that.
she's like, I
Well,
didn't give you
thanks
permission.
It
was a great video.
It's not like we even did anything wrong to the house. Like
It was literally like sun shining through the
that was
blinds
it.
or
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
it
And
wasn't
that was
even a
it.
party song. It wasn't Night You'll Never Forget.
No, I was in a whoopee cushion
A
on that
whoopee
one,
cushion
wasn't I?
costume.
Dude, we destroyed the house for Night You Never Forget
Yeah,
video. It looked
kinda,
like
yeah.
somebody had come through there, and
Huh.
a tornado had come through there, actually. I think there's a vibe about East Nashville at
Yeah.
that time.
Especially then. Yeah.
It was so, it wasn't quite as trendy, I guess, as it is
No,
now. Even though
not
it was
at
the
all.
trendier part of
Yeah,
town,
yeah.
like it still had some cool charm.
Had a little
and it was-
danger on every
Little
other
danger,
street,
little danger.
you know?
I remember my dog ran away one night, and I was like over on 19th, I think, 19th and Sharp. And
Yeah.
I was walking down the street in one of those alleys, and 2 dudes back there smoking a joint or whatever. They're like, "Bro, you don't want to be on this street." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Well, what do you mean?" I was like, "I'm looking for my dog." He was like, "Dude, you will get shot if you stay out in the street." I mean, we
Yeah.
heard gunshots over there
Yeah.
all the time.
Oh, yeah, it was
I
good
mean,
times.
We didn't care. We stayed in the front yard, hanging out, in the backyard.
We were so
I loved
dumb,
East
though.
Nashville.
I did too, especially then.
great.
There was something special going on right there. That was the only place left for
Yeah.
like if you weren't like killing the game, that's
Right.
where you lived.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's where you lived.
And there were so many cool studios over there. I mean, there's
Yeah.
a ton in Berry Hill, but I mean, East Nashville's got some
Yeah.
really cool home studios
Yeah.
that people have spend a lot of
Studios and
money
crack
on.
houses, man. And
Yeah,
what,
man.
can't beat it.
Can't beat
Right
it.
next door to each other.
Yeah.
Seriously. Dude, the same lady that lived next door to us when we lived in that house, I drove by there the other day. She's still there.
Really?
20,
Oh, wow.
21 years later. I mean,
That's
I
wild.
went not to who did I write with and went over there, and I couldn't even tell. Well, first of all, that tornado blew a bunch of
Yeah.
like the trees down because you like there was no more. You couldn't tell where you were.
yeah.
We just drive down 14th, and we were kind of the end. We had a new house there, but then it was all the older people who had been there forever down the street. Well, when
What
they
were the
tore
cross streets that you lived in between?
14th and Lillian, we were on
Okay.
Lillian Street.
All right.
I think that's right. Yeah, Lillian
right.
Street, 14th. So it was Lillian, Boscobel, Shelby.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as you go that way. And they
Like
tore
just
all those
down
down.
past Lipstick Lounge and where
We
that
could walk.
little
We
intersection
would walk
is.
over to Mad Donna's
Yep.
back then.
I used to go
No,
there.
the
dude,
Mad
all
Donna's
the
was
time.
awesome.
Donna's was
man.
great.
I love
Yeah,
Mad
yeah,
Donna's.
I used to live across the street from, well, Mad Donna's is on the corner.
Yeah.
My house was next door to that.
Oh yeah.
And then Lipstick Lounge
you
was
were right
across
there.
the street.
I didn't
And
know, like,
then-
one of our marketing people over when we were on RCA, her partner, I guess, was one of the owners of that. So by default, I guess she was also, and I never had a
Gotcha.
clue.
I used to go to Lipstick Lounge, you know. No
Yeah,
problem.
Jamie
I
Morgan,
became
our roommate,
a
loved
late
that
night
place.
regular
Right.
there, man. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
you know,
fun.
you're pretty safe in there. You know what I mean?
I always felt
Yeah.
safe for sure.
Always safe.
Yeah.
It was small though. I always got packed, and I was like, I'm out.
I felt like I could beat up every dude that was in there. so-
Yeah, you could. Nice.
Your moms would love that place.
Absolutely.
It's their kind of spot.
I think that's where they went when they visited. I
Of course.
was like, where'd
Is
the
that why you
moms go?
moved right next door?
It was
Make
a
your
gift to
moms feel
them.
at home.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Well, I think, Jonathan, when we met you, you were also doing the artist thing. Was it Jonathan Singleton in the Grove?
Grove.
Yeah, that is when we met you.
Years and years and years ago. Yeah.
And we didn't play a ton of shows together, but I think probably a handful of radio shows
Yeah, we
and
did.
stuff
Yeah.
back then.
We
and
played quite a few
yeah.
things together. Yeah, y'all were smashing it then. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys were literally one of the best bands I'd ever
Well,
heard.
we
I
never did
remember
anything. Though.
hearing
Y'all
that.
had some hits. We didn't.
It was you guys were
Man,
so good, though.
I was gonna say y'all they're probably too cool for the radio back then. To
I
be
feel
honest.
like at that time, man, it was like, you know, and I guess you don't know until you look at it, but at that time there was like us and Randy Montana and Kip Moore, and there was this, and it was all felt like it was a little too progressive, you know. Well, y'all
Yeah.
and y'all saying was like, because at that time, man, we were still Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw, Josh
yeah.
Turner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were like those dudes that were the that were hanging, and they weren't going anywhere. And here we were trying to kind of like push it. It's like, maybe this is still country, right? You know, and I don't know. But yeah, we played so much before, you know, and we did backup band stuff before that with, Whitney Duncan. We were her band when she kind of got her second version of a record deal, and Ash Bowers and all those dudes. There was a guy named Brad Cotter. You remember that dude?
Oh,
He
yeah.
was around. We played with him a bunch.
Are you related to Whitney Duncan?
Yeah, we're like third or fourth cousins.
I remember I dated her for a little while.
Did you?
Yeah.
I did not remember that.
Uh-huh.
Did I?
I think she's the only chick I ever dated that was going to defend my honor at a bar if some girl, or not even defend my honor, like I never been with a girl that was like ready to beat up other chicks at the bar for talking to
I
me.
believe that.
And
I
that
completely
she was the
believe that.
one.
Yeah, yeah.
I was like, whoa, this is different, dude. She's about to like throw down right now at
Yeah.
Tin Roof on a Tuesday. Like,
Is that when? I guess that was when everybody was in Nashville. I guess, right?
yeah.
Huh. Oh yeah. Yeah, she's a sweetheart, man. She's great, and I still write with her a bunch. But we had done
does
that.
have
We
such a
had,
cool voice.
we had
Yeah.
done that forever. So, and then when we did get that record deal, we kind of Eric Church's wife Catherine was the one that kind of signed me to a publishing deal and record deal and all that stuff like that. So we did all those shows with Eric for, you know, when everybody goes, well, he used to play, you know,
Right.
Tuesday night bar, that we were opening. We were the shitty version of that. So there's a ride a van. He would start playing. We'd leave and drive halfway and sleep in a Motel 8 and then go to the next place. About 3 or 4 years we did that for a super long time.
Dang.
It was great, man. I learned so much doing that I didn't want to be an artist.
Right.
Basically, was the number one thing. Yeah, it's tough work, man.
Yeah.
It is
It's
tough.
hard, man.
So tough.
It's hard. Yeah, it takes a special kind of person to
Yep.
want to do that.
And how did you get into more of the production side and your
Man,
pub
that was
company
way
and all
later.
that?
I think, you know, I was writing kind of successfully at that time trying to write a new single that they thought was more traditional country than what we had on our album. So back then, I played all those songs for the label at that time that I was on, which was Universal South. But I played Watching Airplanes for them. Billy Currington had Don't. Why Don't We Just Dance with Josh Turner, and then Red Light was a David Nell song. And I played all those for the label, and they were like, yeah, we just don't think it's...
That's wild.
We don't think it's... And in hindsight, maybe that wasn't for me, and I guess, that's how it worked out, and I guess it truly wasn't. But so I kind of had success in songwriting world, but I was still sleeping in a van in artist world. You know what I mean? So after I kind of hit those, we were kind of 4 in a row pretty fast, and that was all me and Jim Beavers. I think 3 of those, or at least two or three of those were with him. And I was just like, man, what am I doing, dude? I was get sick because you were gone all the time, and it's hard, man. And then we were also trying to do a band thing, and then we would go to radio things, and they were just talking to me, and I was like, well, I thought we were doing this band. It was not what I thought was going to happen, But in songwriting world, it ended up being more than what I expected. Yeah. I enjoyed that more, and I was always the guy behind the guy.
Right.
But in artist world, I was the guy.
Right.
I was like, I don't want to be the guy. I would rather let's let somebody else be the guy, and I would just write songs for him. And so in starting to do that, I think Chris Lacey, the first thing I did was in town production wise was I can't remember the guy's name. He was on some show, and Chris Lacey, I had tried to get a publishing deal with her initially that many years ago, and she said, well, you need to be an artist. And I was like, well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to write songs. And so she called me in and said, "We produce this guy." And I said, "Well, I'm not a producer." And she said, "Well, you told me you weren't an artist too." So that long ago. Right. So I did a couple of those things and kind of picking and choosing. And then luckily, like buddies, I had to help, kind of hone in on what that sounded like. And I was doing all that stuff myself, playing drums, playing bass, playing guitar, doing all, and there were guys doing that in town, but not a bunch. And so in doing some of those buddies, I did Tyler's thing, I did Stevie's thing. And you're kind of learning as you go. I was like, oh man, maybe I can do these. But the only big ones, I got a few over at 50 Egg that I do, Wyatt McCubbin, and I did some of those Ashland Craft records and some things like that, and quite a few others.
Explains why I like the Ashland Craft records so much.
She's
I had
great.
no idea you did it, but
she's a killer, yeah.
And so
quite
talented.
A few more that I don't know if I could name right now. Logan Crosby, some of those dudes. But anyway, when Luke had his guy that was Combs, had his guy that was producing, and we were talking one day. He's like, dude, he's not doing the next record, man. He was like, you're gonna have to do it. I was like, dude, there's no fucking way, dude. Are you kidding me? I don't know how to do that. I don't even know what you're doing. It was a. And anyway, he goes, well, no, that's what we're gonna do. That's how we're doing it, because the Scott dude was out, and that's how. And I literally said, well, just text him back one more time, and I think he did.
Make sure.
Yeah, just try to get him back on, because that system wasn't broke. There was no reason to change, horses. Everything was working and going so well. So, man, you talk about terrifying when you step into that world, and it was like Forever After All was the first single that we had on that me and Chip Matthews did. And, man, we were just like, oh, God, I hope people like this. I think we did probably 4 or 5 different head licks that trying to make it, better and better and better. It was terrifying, because you're not trying to make something happen. It's already there, and you just gotta stay, And but we've had a pretty good run of doing those things, because we do it like we do it. It's like buddies sitting around and goes, well, what if we do this? Or what about this? It's way simpler, and it should be that way. You should work with guys that's cool. That get what you do, and are not afraid to go, well, that's stupid. Let's do it this way, or vice versa, And that's kind of how that works. I doubt you'd start with stupid. But
do you think that your time that you spent as an artist has allowed you and developing artists, and like you said, sitting around with buddies, are you able to kind of take the things that you hated about that side of it? Not even hated, but just that frustrated
for
you that
sure,
you didn't
man.
enjoy.
Oh,
just
yeah.
kinda
Well, even in the
import
song-
that advice on these.
Even in the songwriting room, I mean, as y'all know, because you're still an artist sitting in the songwriting room. I think that follows through all the music stuff. So you're imagining if they kind of dislike a line. I mean, your hope is that that's a number one song and they play it for the rest of their career, which is hopefully a very long time. I mean, 20 years. He goes, so if you see them feel weird about it, he said, well, let's work on that, man. Let's adjust that so you don't have this kind of weird feeling about that thing. And that follows through in production world too. If they go, oh, I don't know. Well, that's worth spending some time on because you're going to be doing. Hopefully, if everything goes well,
right.
you're going to be doing that forever. But I remember as an artist, and y'all do too. I mean, and I know everybody does it. And there's a set list there, but there's a couple of songs on there where you're like, oh God.
Yeah.
I'm just dreading
this
thing
one
so
we're
much.
ahead.
We're doing it again. We're going to do it again. Okay, all right. And you know, longevity is what we're trying to do. You know, so I just feel like in that world too, you kind of go. In my mind, and I'm talking too much, and I'll shut up. But I think too, in Stevie's case and Luke's case, and the dudes that I've enjoyed doing a bunch of stuff with, I think there's something about them on stage, and you can tell. Like I like that guy.
Yeah.
I just like that guy.
Yeah.
Whether or not I don't know if I think it has something to do with musicality, but maybe less than like.
Yeah.
Man, I like that guy, and that's the kind of the dudes I want to work with, and I don't think I had that as an artist,
Right.
because I didn't really care about what the audience was doing. I love playing with my band. I love playing with those dudes, and I was more concerned about that than what everybody thought. You know. Anyway.
Well, in my opinion, everybody thought it was really awesome.
Well, I hope
when
so.
you were an
Yeah,
artist.
absolutely.
And, I mean, I feel the same way.
Yeah, I did.
We were telling that story earlier about when we went all on that hunting trip down to, I think it was outside of Mobile, Alabama, with Jake Peavy.
Yeah.
And I remember not much of that trip because I was drinking a bunch and having a blast. But
What?
I remember one night everybody got up on stage. I think it was either Eric Church or Jason Aldean showed up that
I
night
think Eric
also.
was there. Yeah, Eric came to
Pulled
that.
up his bus, and we all had a few tour buses there, so we didn't even notice.
yeah.
I didn't even notice, and then I saw him standing up on that deck up above.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting down front. We were getting ready to come up and play Angel Eyes or something, and you think you just finished playing and watching Airplanes, and you played Don't, and I was like, I mean, I knew you'd written those things, but to hear you play it and then play it so well in this little amphitheater with a bunch of dudes just hanging out at a hunting trip.
That was a cool spot, man.
one
That
of
was
those
a fun week.
most vivid
That was
memories
fun.
I have, just because those things. I mean, they happen a lot, but not with those type of people around,
Right.
and with that type of influence, and just all just hanging out, being
Yeah.
bros, playing music
I
together.
came
It
away
was-
with a nice Yeti from that trip.
Did you? Oh, I remember that.
I lost a rifle
do
on that
remember.
trip. Shocking.
You lost
That was
a
the
wife.
first time
you
I
said?
killed a deer.
I had
Wait.
just bought a brand new
Did you
Remington
say wife
270.
or rifle?
Well, rifle, but
I thought you said wife.
I almost
I did
lost the
too.
wife on that trip.
What was the rifle? Because I came home with a rifle.
Did you really?
Was it a 243?
No, it was
Okay,
it was a
it's not-
270, and I had brought two with me. One was like a Savage, and the other was a brand new
funny.
like Remington that I had just
I
bought.
actually got
Yeah,
that.
right now.
And I just left it sitting up, leaning
I'm
up
sure he
against one of
still
those
got
shooting
it,
houses.
man. Yeah,
and
I'm sure
I called
he
him and I
still-
was like, "Hey, did you ever find this?" He was like, "No, man," but he's like, "We'll find shit out in the woods a year after the fact."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
he's like,
yeah.
If I ever find it, I'll let you know.
That trip too, man. It had to be. We had all played, and it went on forever and ever. Everybody's playing, and and we sat in the bus, in somebody's bus. I don't even know whose bus we were on.
I don't either.
And we sat there till 4 a.m. or something like that. And I stepped outside to, you're finally away. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep. And I stepped out of the bus, and Channing Wilson's still playing. He's still going with a whole band. Like, they're still going. It had to be 3 hours went by. And I was like, oh, they're still playing. Are there even people there? And I'm sure there were.
There were.
Yeah.
Because a bunch of like his local friends, like people
Yeah,
throughout
I
the
was-
night, slowly like at first
Yeah.
he wanted to keep it real buttoned up, and then he was drinking, so then he started letting people in. Like there was like a line of trucks out like the front of his ranch, like people
Right.
trying to get in because they heard what was going on.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
like 3 a.m. he finally just let everybody come in, and
That's
then
awesome.
I
That was
guess that's
fun,
why
man.
Channing. But I remember waking up, Channing's still playing, and then walking over into the bunkhouse. And like it was like 45 minutes from when we were supposed to go out and hunt that morning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Because that was the only
Brutal.
time we go shoot a buck, I think. Because like the night before was like a coal hunt, bunch of doe that we all shot, and
We
then
did a
maybe that afternoon we got to sit. And
That's the first time I did a pheasant hunt, and the first time I
We
did,
did
I
do
killed
a
a
pheasant hunt.
killed a
That's cool.
deer.
Yeah.
So
Well, that
was
pheasant
fun.
hunt was fun.
That was
I
fun,
had
man.
to stand
Yeah.
On the
in the
hill
middle
or
and they were
whatever,
just
they
throwing
released
them
them.
out.
It was a little. It was very easy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a
easiest that I've
thing. They
ever
just like
done.
release them in cages or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
It
just
was,
like,
it
all
was
right,
kind
your
of a little
turn.
weird, right?
Yeah,
Like it's
literally
clay.
throwing them up in the
For
middle
real.
of the field, and like whatever way they went, we were all in a circle around it.
Yeah,
just shooting
yeah,
at
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It was fun.
I was partnered with Randy Montana on that thing, and I figured out that I sucked at shooting a shotgun at something moving.
Yeah,
So I would wait till he shot.
it would start to fall.
No, when he shot, I would do. So here comes the pheasant, and I would raise up. And when he shot, I would shoot. So it goes pow pow, and I'd be like, "We got it."
We got it.
Every time.
That's a good trick. It's a heck
And
of
the
a
whole
deal.
time, he's such a good as Randy's. You know, he's just good at all that stuff. And if he shot it when it went down, so I'll just kind of wait. Just like, that down. Yeah,
That's
That's
awesome.
you were
awesome.
there at that, right?
I can't remember if I was there or not.
You were.
I was there.
You're
There
in,
was
you're
maybe
in pictures.
there was maybe 3 or 4 of those, and maybe
Now I'm thinking of the guys weekend where after he built the Red Sox replica of the field,
right.
and we were playing home run derby with like Adam Dunn and
I
all
wasn't
those
on that
guys.
We didn't go to that one.
I
I
don't
was
think
on that
I
one.
went to that.
We we only got invited to one. We were one and done. They're like, you're not. He's like, you're not coming back, bro.
I remember Need to Breathe was there.
That was after.
Yeah,
that was
we
a
weren't-
year.
we
That was
weren't
like
at
a
that
year
one.
or two
I was
Okay.
invited to
after
that one.
that one. Yeah, yeah.
I'm like 99.9% sure you were there.
I'm not.
I was there for 2 weekends. I didn't do the hunting. I did the drinking.
Oh, good.
Well,
Well,
maybe
there's
that's
a
why
big
I was
bunch of people
separate.
with us that didn't go hunt. Oh, you're
Yeah,
out there.
okay, then I probably was there. I just remember that I drank less on the Need to Breathe one, and I was
Yeah.
a big Need to Breathe
I
fan.
love
Oh,
them,
man,
dude.
they're
So,
awesome, dude.
and we got up and
Love
played that
that band.
amphitheater.
I mean,
I
Tyler
didn't-
was
I didn't
definitely
go to
there
that
because he
one.
kind of set the whole thing up.
Yeah.
I know that. But and y'all were roommates at the time, so
That's so funny.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well,
It all starts to run together.
it does, especially with drinking involved.
I love what y'all are doing together with Stevie's stuff, man. I love it so much.
Me too.
I do too. I'm
Wow.
having a great time.
I mean, I've
man.
loved all your stuff, but I think this seems to fit you, the place you're in, and in life. It's just very reflective, I think, of your journey and your growth as a human and as a person. You know, your marriage and everything. I think you see all of that in your music, even though some of the songs are more, the ones you released are very beachy. I wouldn't say necessarily reflective of a marriage, but it just shows, I think, where you're at in life, and just you seem more comfortable and in your skin than you've ever been. And I think that's a testament to you and your production and the team that y'all have. But just seeing you talk about it, hearing you talk about it, it's like, I think it's the most excited I've ever seen you, and it's also, I think,
It
the
is,
best
yeah.
you've ever sounded. So
Thank
kudos,
you.
It is the
kudos
best
to both
you've
of you.
sounded.
Thank you,
for
thank
sure.
you. I think a lot of it definitely has, to do with where I am in life. Being married now to an awesome woman and
A woman. Good. Congrats.
yeah, she's a woman.
That's good.
Slip that in there.
She makes me super comfortable, with that, and and then when we get together and the way we work is just so. I mean, the whole point is just, hey, let's just get together and have fun, and if we work on something that works, then it works, and if we don't, we'll get them next time, but it does work. So like the first time we got together in 2 days, I think we finished writing some ideas that we had put in a folder and recorded 3 songs in like 2 days.
Yeah.
So, and we were just having fun. Like we would look at the clock and go, "Oh my God, we've been in this studio for 10 hours," and his wife Casey had called him 12 times, wondering where in the world, why are you still working? What are you doing? And we were just so focused
That's
and having
cool.
a good time that it didn't feel like work. And I think the not feeling like work comes through a lot
That's so
because
nice.
it's relaxed. Yeah, it's really nice.
I mean, I can imagine being in Florida, and most of the studios and the creative minds are being here. That do you feel like when you were coming back, like to write or do whatever, that there was a lot of pressure on you to deliver something, not necessarily being in town? And does it seem like you feel like you have that type of pressure on you? It seems very relaxed now, but
Well,
before you guys started working together, I guess is what I'm asking. Is
when I first came here to start this project, like I said, we had a bunch of ideas in a folder, and we had talked about what we wanted to do, the vibe, and so we kind of knew where the game plan was going. But I mean, it's still Jonathan, and I was nervous as can be to write in front of him and say something stupid or whatever, And I quickly learned that saying something stupid in front of him is a great thing because he can turn that stupid into something cool real easily. But it's just getting the ideas down and relaxing, and I think finally getting comfortable with. He's real good at making me feel comfortable with who I am as a person, as a writer, as a musician, my strengths, my weaknesses, all that stuff. Just getting comfortable with that and feeling like everything, all those weaknesses are okay, and pivoting and capitalizing on the strengths, I think. So
That's awesome.
it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. I remember in the studio one day he was playing something and I was like, I'm not gonna be able to play that live, and he's still playing. He goes, no, you're not. And I just started laughing. I was like, I love that. Like, that's great.
I mean, I know, like, me producing young acts that don't really even know how to dictate what it is that they want and what 100%. They're looking for. I mean, and sometimes I need to be brutally honest with somebody, but if you don't have that kind of rapport and you don't know them well enough to be that, like, you also don't want to scare them off, piss them off, and cause them to go want to work with somebody else immediately.
Yeah.
But it's tough to work with someone you don't have that type of relationship with where you can be brutally honest.
Right.
I mean, I think it definitely shows in the music.
It feels like that producer is just the translator of what the artist. So nothing's silly. It is. It's very hard when they're just like, I'm just not sure about that. So then you have to start. Okay, well, what are you not?
Right.
Which part? Is it the melody? Is it the lyric? Is it the part?
And oftentimes I don't think they even know.
They don't know, and me neither. You know what I mean? So your job is to make that, help them figure that out or how to translate that to whoever's playing. But it's also nice if because it's just me.
Yeah.
So, and I don't have an ego about it. We've all lost our egos in Nashville.
To,
They're easy to lose. You know what I mean? It's like,
they go
I'm
quick
not.
here.
I'm really not that great. Okay, so so you focus on your strengths. But yeah, that part is really fun to try to figure out.
Yeah.
How you get there and then be happy about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's an interesting way of looking at it. Is the producer is the translator.
Yeah.
I mean, that's so true, and I've really never thought about it that way.
Well, the artist, especially now, is like and you say, you mean over that 5 chord? Is that which chord?
Number? What? Is that a G? What key are we in?
Yeah. So you have to simplify.
Right.
Yeah. And figure out a way to make them.
Even for me on like the producer side, like, sure, I know the number system, but I don't, like, it's not like I'm fluent in it. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, I can't just think in it. Like, I have to think about it.
Yeah.
And also to be that guy in a studio with 5, master musicians. I mean, guys that are at the top of their game.
Right.
When you as a producer are out there, like, well, yeah, I don't really know what you're talking about with the numbers, but I would play like a G to E minor here. Like, you start to look kind of like a dumbass, and even their level of respect for you, like, you kind of have to be at a certain level on the production side of things, in my opinion, to be an effective translator, if you will.
Yeah.
And I think that's a wild kind of thing to navigate because every artist is different, and like you said, most of the mature artists, people that have been doing it for a long time, there's been a substantial amount of ego death, but most of these young ones haven't experienced that, and they think they know exactly what they want and what it's supposed to sound like.
Right.
Man, I'm glad you're that confident.
Which a lot of
you're
times
about to have the wind taken out of your sails real quick.
A lot of times has nothing to do with the artist that they're working with. Yeah, it was each situation is completely different. So how do you do that? But you're still just a listener.
Yeah.
You still got to back out of it and go, okay, does that feel good if I'm just listening to it? I'm not paying attention. I'm not looking at it, because we're looking at it on Pro Tools. So I've heard a lot of people say, well, that doesn't look right. Like, quit looking at it.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at it?
Do you know what the waveform is supposed to look like?
Just listen to it. Yeah. It's interesting for sure.
What's your release schedule like right now? So you got Flip Flops Are Welcome Here. We got Sipping on Tequila.
Yeah.
What about like full? Are you gonna do a full thing? Are you gonna do an EP? Are you gonna do a video? Like, what's coming up like for that stuff?
Man, we're releasing songs. We got a few more ready to go that are just already waiting. But we decided somewhere between 6 and 8 weeks, every 6 and 8 weeks to do a release. And as far as like wrapping it up and putting a pretty bow on it and making an album, like we're gonna really cross that when we get there.
Yeah.
When it feels like, okay, we've done that. Now let's button it up a little bit, and I think we'll make that decision then. But for now, like this weekend, we're just going and writing and and just
Yeah. Where y'all
Right.
going this weekend?
Up to Kentucky.
Nice.
Go
Where the
to,
boat is.
Lake
That's what y'all were
Barkley.
talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
That's cool.
What lake
Yeah.
is that, you said?
Lake Barkley,
Barkley.
and Katie's, Kentucky,
nice.
just to kind of get in that zone.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
can work on those things and kind of get them together. It seems to be the way to go, I think, because all the other things, the other ideas have come from Florida. So
Right.
like, let's go to some water and
That's
and
cool.
do
That'll be
that.
cool.
yeah, it'd be a nice change of just kind of scenery and getting a different.
Yeah. It's still on the water.
It's still in the water.
Still
Still
on
the
the
same
water.
vibe, just a little
Yeah.
different.
I have a question for
Yeah,
both
sorry,
of
bud.
you because I think
Yeah.
your opinions and perspectives are different. I know mine is. We're probably in the middle. Like we're cutting for a new record right now, and you look at
Yeah.
Morgan, you look at Luke.
Yeah.
Big projects with a bunch of music on it. And then I see a lot of younger artists now trying to go from like that waterfall, song every 6 to 8 weeks, even every 4 weeks, and now they're wanting to kind of keep their songs and put it out as more of a collection.
Yeah.
So I see it's like kind of going back to where people are interested in making a collection of music that tells a story from front
Yeah.
to back, which I feel like in this single driven world we're living in, that artistic side of it's been lost. Like making a record with Luke versus with Stevie, is the process different in like when it comes to sequencing and how much you're going to put out, what you're going to release? Do you need to build a story with a lesser known act before?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah, I don't know that we have to be built for speed because there is no world tour coming up, and there
Right.
is no, and then there's also nobody that gets a bonus if we turn it in at the end
Right.
of the year. You know what I mean? Which is a lot of times what's happening there. So I mean, I feel like, and that was all with Ben Simonetti and those guys was okay. Well, what if we just know that we're going to do something in this time frame? Yes, that's the usual way that the new artists do it, is like every 6
Right.
weeks or whatever. But what if we, for scheduling purposes with a bunch of busy people, if we know we have something at that time, then we'll get it done because dudes like us only work on it. Well, here it is on my schedule.
Yeah.
So let's, if it's up to me to put all that together, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and get it on there, and then we know. But yeah, I think too. I mean, I think that's the version of why those dudes do that. I know it is because I'm in that world sometimes where it's, well, we have this amount of time to sing these songs, so let's do as many as we can, and let's pile them on. And that's what we'll and now we have to carve out time to get that done. So they're kind of doing the same thing we're doing. Except this can be way smaller because you can do one at a time. I don't think we need, I don't know that albums are, I haven't felt what you're feeling about albums coming back. I mean, I hope they are. And the Morgan thing, I mean, his
maybe
is
it's
just,
wishful thinking on my
Well,
part,
maybe
just to
so,
see
and I
a
love
few
that
of them
thought.
doing that.
Yeah,
It's like,
I would
maybe
love
I'm just hopeful.
Yeah, I would love that thought. I wonder if they did do one every 6 weeks, what would happen?
Yeah.
Nashville's always so far behind everybody else doing that, and pop world's not doing that at all anymore. It's kind of like, a song here and a song here, or two at a time, or three at a time, or
Well, it doesn't seem
whatever.
like
However
there's any
they're doing
rules
it,
on the pop side. They just do whatever.
they
seems
do
to be
whatever.
trending.
And I think too, a lot of those dudes too. And I wouldn't speak for Morgan. I think I know him enough to know. I think that sometimes the plan is, I know Luke for sure. Sometimes the plan is that will be way out in the future.
Gotcha.
But they get so excited about it. It's like, no, I want everybody to hear this.
Right.
You know how it is, and you're playing what is to a crowd a new song.
Yeah.
But to you, you've been playing it for 18 months. So
Right.
it's like, all right, man. And I think they just don't want that to happen. They want to get on it while it's new to everybody. And I think that happens a lot.
I think my
Which is
opinion
the same
was-
thing we're doing.
Yeah.
It's a new song, a new song, a
Yeah.
new song, a new song. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what I was about to say.
I'm sorry, man. I interrupted you.
Oh no, I interrupted you.
Yeah.
But they were just getting it. I think. When we were touring and you're playing 200 dates a year versus playing 50 to 75, your opinion also changes.
Sure.
Because you're not playing the same songs quite as frequently every night,
Right.
so you're not getting bored playing your own music. It's like,
Right.
again, it's exciting to go out there if you're only playing 50, 75 shows a year to play your music.
Right.
Whereas
Right.
200, it's like after the 50th show, it's like, all right, let's switch up the set list. Let's start playing these songs different.
Right.
Just because we're bored with it, yet the listener wants to hear it like it
Brand
sounds
new
on
to
the
them,
record.
yeah. They
and
can't
they
wait.
wanna
They're
hear it for
waiting
the
on you
first
to come to
time.
Minnesota. You know what I mean? You hadn't been there
Yeah.
yet.
I remember going to
on
see
this tour.
a John Mayer show when I was in college.
Yeah.
and he played nothing sounded like the record. I mean, brilliant
Right.
solos, cool melodies, but nothing was like how I wanted to hear it from the record.
Right.
And now looking back on that, he was probably just bored,
bored.
playing the same
Yeah,
shit. And
I'm
with
sure.
a musical genius like that,
Yeah.
I think you have to flex your creative muscles, and what
Right.
better place to do that than on the stage every night, especially.
Right.
And if that becomes your thing, it's like people know that they're going to be able to see you improv and do something different.
Right.
Maybe that's a drive. I don't think the country world's quite as forgiving when it comes to that and appreciative of the artistry.
Right. Right. Who was the artist the other day that said they played a show and left out a song and just got demolished for it? I can't remember. It was a. And he was like, yeah, so I never did that again. It was always in the set list after that. And he just thought, he in the same thought process. He said, well, we've been doing this over and over and over. Just take it out. Let's not do that tonight. But man, some girl, she just came to see that song.
Yeah, that
When you
song.
left, you took it off the set list. Yeah.
We toured with Tim McGraw. He's the only artist to bring us out on two different tours. I don't know why the other ones didn't. I have no idea. But on the first tour, he didn't play Indian Outlaw. And I was like, dude, why are you not playing Indian Outlaw? And he's kind of just like, well, I don't know.
I mean, how old is that song, dude?
I
He's
know,
been
but
doing
that's
it
like my
forever.
favorite one. And so then on the next tour, I'm like, dude, like the first night, I was like, are you going to play Indian Outlaw? He's like, yeah, I'm going to put it in the set. And so he played it the rest of the year. He probably hadn't played it so long, he didn't know that. He didn't know. He's not out there seeing, what does everybody want to hear that they haven't heard in a while?
Yeah.
I ain't going out there doing that. So, and then he started playing it, and people just lost their minds. Me, one of the people.
Yeah.
And so he played it the rest of the summer. So it was awesome.
Yeah.
Stevie, what are you doing as far as touring to support this? Are you just playing down in Panama City, or are you going to get out and do some more national stuff?
For now, we're doing Panama City stuff. I'm doing
You got a lot of shows down there, though, all the time.
yeah. It's nice being home and sleeping in my own bed with my wife and hanging out with her, and it's nice not touring. But when we first started this, I had no desire to tour whatsoever. I was like, no, I'm just beaching it. I'm gonna be a beach bum and play my little beach gigs, and just we'll put out cool music. And then I started getting mixes back, and I was like, oh man, I really want to feel this live. I want to do this on stage with a band and not just
You
acoustic.
sounded awesome
you know?
with the band in Minnesota a couple weeks ago, dude.
Oh,
That was
thank
so
you.
fun.
So I thought I lost that touring bug, but I mean, I feel it. You know, I feel like the little itch that needs to be scratched here and there, but definitely not like I don't foresee me touring like I used to.
If the right tour came along,
I mean,
jump
yeah,
on.
absolutely.
Dude, you
Absolutely.
can play at any beach anywhere, though. It's amazing. Like,
That was my thought, that, you can
Do
kind of
beach
just
tours,
do
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
just schedule you'd be at beaches every night.
Now that I would
That sounds
do.
so amazing.
I
It
would do
sounds
that.
amazing.
It's like
yeah.
the dream.
Do a lot of like your colleagues, contemporaries, dudes that are playing the same type of gigs as you, are they all more just strictly cover based? So like, do you have like kind of an outlet in that area to be the guy with original music and stuff?
you talking about in Panama City?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a couple guys that are starting to really dig into the original music thing and reaching out and asking
You helping
me,
them?
Yeah, asking to write and stuff. And one in particular, Alex Napier, he plays guitar in the band that you guys sung with, and he's a great songwriter, great singer, great guitar player. So him and I have really been writing a lot, and that's been a great outlet for me, because since I've been down there until we started this, I have not been like, doing that skill at all.
Right.
So, I'll sit down and write a couple of things by myself, but co-writing is so different, and to finally find somebody down there that I can kind of
That's nice.
hone that skill with and work on it
That's cool.
is nice.
We went, was that last weekend that we were down?
Yeah.
Yeah. Casey's sister's birthday fell on the same, so the release of Flip Flop's song. So Stevie had this, and it's in regular Stevie fashion. I don't think the thing wasn't even a venue. Like, I
No,
think
it was
Stevie spent
storage
like
unit or
2
outdoor
days like
storage
clearing
unit.
all this stuff out, and it was awesome, man. Right on the bay, like on the water, and put a stage up and lights and all this stuff. And then, I mean, 250, 300 people, something like that.
It was up there, yeah. It was
Yeah.
good.
and sold a bunch of merch, and he was excited, and everybody else was excited too. It was really cool, man. Cool enough that I think everybody was shocked that I stayed the whole time.
Yeah.
It was the last thing I wanted to do is go see a show.
I thought for sure he was
King
gone
of the Irish
halfway through.
goodbye.
And there just wasn't a time to do it. I had fun the whole time. It was really great, man. Same
awesome.
band, same band you played with these guys.
Yep,
and
yep.
Yeah.
That's good.
Fantastic.
It was fun, man. It was a really, really, really good time, and to watch everybody be excited about it. And I mean, you're doing like a little. That radio girl was like, "Let me know what we can do," and everybody was like, "Let us know what we can do." I was like, "We don't know what we're doing.
Right.
We don't have any idea what's happening right
That's
now."
kind of fun.
We'll
though.
let
Such a
you
cool
know.
thing though to be in that position, like
Yeah.
to where people are wanting to
Yeah.
to do something with you. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the dream, I think.
Man, for that show, like you said, it was just it's a dock behind a bar and like a parasail like hut and everything, and it's just an
Nice
empty
big
dock.
dock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nice
Yeah,
huge dock.
I love a huge
Everybody loves a
dock.
big dock. yeah.
black black deck,
It used to be, now it's more
big
of
black
a.
deck.
Nice.
But no, it was like there's no infrastructure there, right, at all.
Right.
So it's like, okay, this is gonna be a lot of work, but it's also the perfect location for what I was trying to accomplish. And down there, people will just put a 15-inch speaker up and plug in and be like, "Yep, this is a show." I'm like, no, let's do it right. Let's do it professionally. Let's put some work into this and actually put on a concert. And so I did no tables in the middle, like that. But that's what everybody's used to down there.
Right.
And they're sitting there facing each other, and I'm over here on the stage playing, and nobody's. They're talking to the same people they talk to every day.
Right.
And so I just wanted to do it different. So then I saw how much it was going to cost because there was no infrastructure, and I was like,
Right.
oh man, this is getting up there. And so I asked my buddy Corey, who you guys know.
Yep.
I said, man, how do you get sponsors for your big festival up in Minnesota? He's like, oh man, you just ask people, you'd be surprised. And I asked one person, and next thing I know, I had 8 sponsors for the show without me asking anybody else.
No way. That's
And
great.
now the next show already has 5 sponsors lined up that are
That's
just like,
incredible.
hey,
When's
can
that?
well, we haven't decided yet, but it's going to
Fun.
be.
I tried to come down to that last one, it just didn't work out.
Oh,
Corey,
it was
I was kind
fun.
of trying to surprise you, but didn't
And
work
Mitch
out.
Clark came down and surprised me. That
Really?
was fun, yeah.
Who did?
cool.
Mitch Clark.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was fun.
He also played on that festival.
Yeah, he was in Minnesota too. But yeah, I don't know. I think probably early October, late September or something for the next one.
That's what's great
Not
about
sure.
where you're at, man. You can almost play all year round, dude.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much.
Phone break would be great though. There's this giant thought too that we had all tossed around too, and not giving away too much, but part one is that everybody is going down to Panama City from everywhere, but Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia for sure.
Yeah,
you know
fall
what I
break's
mean?
coming up.
Fall break's coming up. There's always something coming up that everybody's going down to.
Yeah.
And so he's over playing cover songs and making memories for these people. It's
I
like, well,
know.
man, why don't we just like play your songs?
Yeah.
And then they go home and then they do that, connect the
Yeah, now
dots
that's
there.
their beach song and their
That's
memory.
their beach song
They
and that's their
associate your
thing.
music
Yeah,
with
and
that.
that was a big thought on that too. And then we're the regular Nashville system, and we're all vying for the same 4 playlist on the thing. Let's say, oh my God, how do we get somebody that lets us on the new boots? That's our live and die.
Yeah.
We're living and dying by
Right.
that stupid thing, and I'm pretty sick of it. But in this scenario, it's not that because
Right.
you're not gonna be on that. But what about all that other stuff? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And in having those conversations, we found 3 or 4 guys that are in that world that are doing crazy streams with just a crazy low overhead, and they're making a not only a touring business but a master's ownership business out of that. And why are we not doing that? And how great would it be if you had 3 or 4 guys that were doing that, and how easy that is to service, and it's fun,
Yeah.
and there's not these guys involved in it. It's just like there's 3 dudes sitting in a room, and if everybody says, yeah, well, okay, cool, that's what we're going to do. Right or wrong or whatever, you know what I mean? And so that's kind of the thought. So, and then you got to dive into that world, that Spotify and DSP world, to try to figure out how you get on those things. And
Because there's
and
some beach playlists and stuff like that that like
just stuff we don't even know.
a lot of people
man.
aren't releasing new beach songs,
Right,
right?
right.
But you are, and you're
Yeah,
doing
yeah,
it
yeah.
fresh and awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that idea too is that they are and we had a bunch of conversations about this. They are kind of country lyric thoughts of this general geographical area, but then those two that are out have like straight up reggae drums and bass on them.
great,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like that's what they are, and it's not trying to culture vulture that thing. It's just like another version of that we always loved all that stuff, you know.
Well, there's
So-
a reason why that kind of stuff comes on and you just groove and you
Feels
vibe
great,
to it. It
man.
has
Yeah,
a
yeah,
thing
yeah.
that fits, needs that.
Yeah.
I get people all the time. They're like, "Yeah, we're back in Panama City," and there's like a selfie with like him behind, like, "Your boy Stevie's playing." So they like they go to see you, and they go back and they're like, try and find out when you're playing again.
I get messages and text messages all the time, and it's like just people coming down there, and then they're like, oh yeah, where's he playing at? And then I get to catch up with a lot of people just because they're down in Panama City Beach and come find me.
Yeah,
And,
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's
Yeah.
good.
that 38 recurring crowd, man, it's a real thing.
Uh-huh.
And there's so many people from Nashville in particular
man.
that are going down there. I mean,
yeah.
music
in
people.
a sense, you probably get more exposure being in Panama City than
Right.
you would being in the middle
Because
of all
they're
the
actually
riffraff
going to
here.
a show.
Yeah, because like here, there's so many
Yeah,
people.
they're
listening.
What a
yeah.
concept.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they ain't going to Broadway.
No way. Yeah.
Man, I'll tell you, there's a guy from up here that lives down there, and I won't say his name because he had a little hit and run on my truck. But no, he was coming to see me play, and I just come out with the sipping on tequila hats, and I'm finishing up my set, and the bartender comes up and he goes, "Hey, somebody just smashed your truck out there." And I play barefoot and everything, and so I was like, "What?" And he goes, "Yeah, they're leaving." And I was like, so I put my guitar on the stand, I ran out there barefoot, and I see this car going across the street, and I'm like, "What the hell?" And so I chased the car down. There's another parking lot across the street.
You're just barefoot out there
Oh
running
yeah,
in the
right
street.
across Front Beach Road. And I get there and I bang on the back of the car and I'm like, "Hey," and he opens the door. And I was like, "Jeff?" And he goes, "Stevie?" I was like, "Did you just hit my truck?" And he goes, "Yeah, I sure did." He goes, "But I'm coming to buy a hat from you."
That's why he was down there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And I was like, "What in the world?" And he was like, "Yeah,
You
you
fixed my truck.
He goes, "You got any one of those yellow ones left?" I said, "Yeah, come to my truck and we'll look for yellow hats and look at the damage you caused my truck." And
He made it right though, yeah.
well, his bumper was completely pushed in, and I don't even have a scratch on my truck, so
That's good.
so it worked out pretty good. And but yeah, I thought it was pretty funny. He was like, "Oh, I came to see you. I saw you were playing,
You should
and
have
then
bought all your
came
hats.
to get a hat." I know, right?
That's
But
awesome.
this is little stories like that. People from up here go down there and they see that I'm playing, and
Yeah.
and you know they stop in, and some of the artists will get up and play sometimes.
cool.
So that's been Trent Thompson comes down
Comes
a lot.
sees you a lot, yeah.
Yeah, goes to a nice dinner and plays
Does
the
he
song when
bring
I
his
play.
bag of wine with him?
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh.
Do people know that you were like the first person to introduce them to that Shabuzi song yet? Do they know that yet, or they just like think that you're doing it just because it's big now?
Well-
Because you were doing it before. You were the first person I know to actually cover that song.
Well, you called me and you were like,
Wait, what song is it?
"That one. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4."
You cut that song?
No. So Steven called me one day and he was like, "Buddy, you got to start covering this song. You got to do it. Nobody's doing it yet. It's about to be huge. You got to do it." I was like, "What song are you talking about?" And so I listened to it, and I actually was like, "No, I'm definitely not doing that." But Steven was so excited. I was like, "I'm at least going to learn it enough to record it on my
Steven,
phone
right.
and send it back to Steven."
Yeah, he's doing it. You did it for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then I was like, "Man, that's kind of catchy." And then I played it live once, and everybody was singing along, and I was just like, "Steven's right. I guess I got to do this." And then it was driving me crazy, so then I had to do a medley into Wonderwall too.
Yeah, I know. That's why I love
And,
that you did the other night. That was so fun.
So I started doing that just to kind of make it okay in my
But
own
now
head.
it's almost like you've been doing it so long, much longer than everybody else. They just think that you're doing it because whatever. But
'Cause everybody
you were
else
like
does
the
it.
first person I know to even do it.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Yeah.
I was living
Thanks for that,
vicariously through you.
I know you were.
I was like, Eric and I will never do this, but
Um,
will you please do it for me? I'll just think of you.
The cool thing that I feel like I've kind of built down there is because I'm one of the only people with a that could do a 2-hour set of originals. Is that
That's wild.
is that even though it's a cover gig world down there, everyone is always coming to hear the original stuff because they hear the same covers everywhere else, right? So it's kind of been a cool thing that we're building, and the more we do, the more you know, great original songs that I get that goes along with the beach right behind where I'm playing. You know, it's like, so it's working out really well, and people are really accepting the original stuff, and to do that in a cover town is.
That's tough. It's been a battle for you.
It's tough. It was
working.
super stressful at first because I'm like, oh my gosh, these people are so bored because they don't know this song, and you have to just get out of your own head.
You selling a lot of merch?
Yeah, the merch is doing good.
That's great. I hope you brought me a hat. I hope one of those ones in the truck was for me.
Yeah, absolutely. All you gotta do is run into my truck, and then you can
get one. You can get one. The
Yeah,
yellow
you can
one,
have it.
hopefully.
I could do that. That parking lot is very thin over there. It's easy to hit somebody in there.
Yeah.
If Jonathan doesn't hit 3 people on the way out, I don't know.
Yeah, when
what's
you
going
pulled
on.
in, I was like watching the
I know,
gate. I
me
was like,
too.
maybe I need to run over there and pull that
Big
gate
truck.
further.
Big truck. I got a bunch of songs in the back of that thing.
Big truck, huge heart.
You still have that Bronco?
The old Bronco?
Yeah.
No. I sold the old Bronco. I can't remember what I traded. I traded a bunch of old cars recently.
You
I
got that
a
Blazer
Suburban.
now.
I got an old Blazer.
That thing's
An
cool.
older Suburban, square
I
body
love old
Suburban.
Suburbans.
Yeah.
I think it was either that or like a Scout or something. That we were up
I had
at
a
that Rebel Ranch.
Oh,
and
you're
you
talking
drove
about
by
the Blazer. Yeah.
okay,
It's a
Is that green?
72 Blazer.
Yeah,
Yeah,
green.
yeah.
That thing's
I
sick.
still got it.
Oh,
I
that
still
thing's
got it.
awesome.
Got it wrapped. I got it. It's nice
I
now.
still got my
yeah.
Lexus.
really cool.
World. The haters gonna hate. Wait.
Yeah.
Thing's
That'd
still
be
running,
a nice,
ain't
nice beach
88,000
ride.
miles.
Beach
Yeah,
ride
for
down
sure.
there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always wanted an old one like that, and now it's so hard to find anything that's
Oh, dude, they're so
that you
high
can
now.
restore. Like
Mine
a
was not
rust
that,
bucket is
mine was
still
not that high
50
when
grand.
they were not as high as they are now when I bought that one.
I'll
They're
send
crazy
him.
now.
I'll send him Facebook Marketplace like Wagoneers and stuff. I'm like, you need this down here at the beach, you know. And
Yeah.
knowing I'll just swing
I'll
by
watch
and
it
grab
for
it
you.
for a joyride every now and then. I just want to make sure it was still running and not getting rusted out.
Yeah,
You know, I have
for
to drive it
sure.
around a little bit.
And
Well, I have a Wagoneer. You see my Wagoneer?
Yeah, I rode it.
Yeah, I love.
I'm just
those.
afraid to take it to the beach. I'm afraid it'll
Salt.
like
Get it
just
all
rust
rusted and-
out. Yeah.
I felt like a mobster in that thing.
Yeah, those things are awesome. I'd love to have an old Wagoneer. And
That
I was
thing is
watching
cool.
some show the other day, and this chick was driving one. And it was in perfect condition. The
Right.
interior was flawless. I'm like, that's $110,000 truck right there. I mean,
Yeah. Some of those
that
old
kind of
Broncos, they're
resto.
250, 225, 250 now.
They're up
yeah.
there now.
Y'all should write a song this weekend where you can throw like a reggae artist from like somewhere down there to jump on it with you if you haven't already done that. That's a good idea.
Man, there's guys down there. This dude Kevin down there, he plays steel drum and everything. I was
That's cool.
kind of wanted to get with him and rehearse a little bit, just see kind of what the vibe is like.
Like
with
a
that.
reggae rap or something.
Well, come on down there, Steven.
Yeah,
I've heard you rap.
You can do that. You're a fantastic reggae rapper.
I am pretty good at rapping. Actually, people say that about me a lot, actually.
Well, any chance we can get you guys to give us a little preview of one of your songs?
Yeah.
Or play us
Yeah.
one, something that's already out?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
We'll
Well,
do.
Thank y'all
try
for
it.
watching. Stick around and check out this live music.
Gang, gang.